So, first and foremost, always I like to start with honor and glory. After praise and worship to our power, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Have honor to our apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstone who will teach on sound doctrine. And strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude of men and children. That the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Our Bishop Kadash, representing the GMS branch here in Cleveland. Our Lord willing to bring our edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI and YAHWASHI. The title the Spirit gave me was This is a Dark World. The Truth Sets Us Free. Price for Fame. So kind of lengthy, but making a point of emphasis. Laying back and off a couple of videos that I saw from Apostle Ramlab and various brothers when you're dealing with the price of fame, all right, and what it comes with. You see this world, the world. Let me see. Let me go to this. Let's see what the word fame, etymology of fame. Let's see what that says. It says fame, noun, character attributed to someone, celebrity, renown, right? Talk, rumor, report, reputation, public opinion, right? So a good reputation. All right. So fame, all right, being famous has to deal with what? Being talked about, right? But not just talked about, being talked about in a certain manner, a certain way, right? Because before they were famous individuals, especially of our nation, before they were famous, they weren't talked about. So therefore they were of non-importance, you see. So they're willing to go the extra mile, you know what I'm saying, to they're willing to go the extra mile to make sure that they are relevant, and once they get to that threshold to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying, they go about what? Doing anything to stay relevant, right? To get relevant and to stay relevant, whether it be unaliving people for the increase in their fame, whether it be doing humiliating rituals or humiliating acts in public, whether it's to denounce their faith, right? And this all comes from a video. I didn't even think I was gonna come across this video. I ended up coming across the video Apostle Ramla was talking about. I wasn't gonna watch it. I was just gonna use what Apostle was talking about. But yeah, man, this video is crazy. This video is crazy. And then I got the extension part, the price of fame, from I spelled it the way I did for the sake of the algorithm, but from GMS Get This Work too. Okay. Watch that. He actually posted the whole video on his page. Okay, which is all right. From this guy talking. I think he said 2015-ish. Right. This dude right here. Right. So this guy right here, he broke it all down. Uh uh he broke it all down. Uh, the things that he had to do, all right, in order to get to a certain threshold in his career, in which he was not willing to do, and the things that he saw, and how his life was on the line because of the things he saw. You see, and these people know that once they're recorded and they're humiliated amongst their peers, right? Because there's not just one celebrity. There's multi. I mean, not multi. There's a lot of celebrities that partake in this renowned, as we said, famous people. All right, the ones that at the top of their career, they had to go through this. They had to go through this, which ultimately produced anger. It produced uh depression, all these different spirits that come with it. Seven more spirits stronger than the first they were dealing with. You know, they have legions on these people. They have legions, which are many spirits. So, right, evil spirits, right, playing with their mind, emotions, and so forth. So the point is that I want to just bring out a couple scriptures. The things you must do And because let me see, because you got to remember, man, the reason why people are willing to do this is because they don't want to wait on the Lord. The Lord already told us we were going to be famous. You see, the Lord already told us that we were going to be famous. He already told us the status for the future of Israel, man. You see, the patience, the scripture say, in patience possession your souls. They're not willing to be patient, right? Instead, like Yahawashi said, they receive their consolation. They receive the reward. You know what I'm saying? Their riches on this side, man. All right. Let's start here. In Matthew 16. 26. This is Matthew 16 and 25. For this is Yahawashi red letter. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. These people lost. They was willing to find their life in this society. Therefore, they're following the ways of the society. As the king is, so is his officers, so is the people. So they're willing to think like the king who's over them, which is Esau Edom. Okay. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You see? So, and these people have gained the whole world. When you go into this video, man, you know what I'm saying? Dude was saying some stuff that we already knew and assumed without even being there. See? This guy right here, man. See? You got to go watch this video. He broke everything down, and he said he had to go into hiding for a particular time, man. This is Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not, and the day of wrath, for righteousness deliver from death. So the money that you acquire in this side is going to get melted. The scriptures talk about the elements shall burn with fervent heat. The element, the FRN notes are a part, you know what I'm saying, of them elements, man. You know, this man's system is a part of that. Riches profit not in the day of wrath. So how you going to buy your way out of judgment from your YAHWASHI? You're not going to be able to. But righteousness delivered from death. So all this time you spent chasing this dollar, right? They say the mighty dollar in these rap songs and so forth. The whole time you've been chasing another this way, this God, because show you money is a God. And they become a God to these people. Matter of fact, when you go into the Syrian, it's a Syrian deity, God of money. See if I can pull it up real quick. I did a lesson on it a few years ago. Syrian deity, God of money. Let's see what comes up. Right. Which while Yahawashi said, uh, he said you shouldn't man should not. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. Man cannot. Matthew. This is Matthew 6. Oh, shit. This is Matthew 6 and 24. You can Matthew 6 and 24. No man can serve two masters. Right? You gotta pick. That's why the scriptures say what? You gotta choose who you this day who you will serve, already paraphrasing. For me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You gotta choose your master. See, judgment is coming, your reward is coming based off the God you serve. Your future depends on the God you serve. That's a title. That's a lesson. Your future depends on the God you serve. You see? You can't serve two masters. Showing you that there's only two ways, either right or left. righteousness or wickedness, life or death. There's no in between. You either serve righteousness or you serve death. Okay? If you're serving Yahawashi, you're serving life. If you're serving Shaitan, which is Satan and his physical counterpart, you're serving death. You see? So if you're not doing the ways things of Yahawashi, that means you're serving Satan. It's simple. No man can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. You cannot serve power and mammon. And Yahawashi said mammon because mammon, like we're about to pull here, mammon is a Syriac deity, like I said, which was the god of money. Okay? Which was the god of money. Okay. I'm streaming off my tablets for the first time. I'm trying to see how this go. So Albert Burns in his notes on the New Testament states that mammon was a Syriac word for an idol worship as the god of riches, similar to Plutus among the Greeks, but he cited no authority for the statement. It says, who is the Syrian god of riches? Mammon came from Aramaic mamona, which means riches. You see? Mammon is the, what is Mammon the god of? Mammon is the deification of the accumulation of wealth, right? The accumulation of wealth, right? So Mammon, that's why Yahawashi said you can't serve power, Yahweh, and Mammon, meaning because Mammon was a literal deity that the Assyrians were worshiping. Mammon is this is the deification, which is a god-like figure, right? Of the accumulation, right? The abundance, all right, of wealth. One's life becomes a quest to accumulate more and more wealth and property until it becomes a religious practice, something on, and wealth becomes an object of worship. Right. This and it became an object of worship. So Matthew 6:24 again, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and mammon. You can't serve the Most High and the God of money. You see, because while we just read in Proverbs, what was that? Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So it don't matter how much money you acquire on this side, because remember the scripture say, let me see if I can find that. It's nothing you can do. You're not gonna be like we read, you're not gonna be able to buy your way out of judgment from the Lord. Let me see if I can find that real quick, this quick precept, because it says Yahweh said, silver is mine, gold is mine. And I think it's in Cyrus, Haggai. Haggai. Yeah, Haggai 2. The water Yahweh. This is Haggai chapter 2 and 8. It says, the silver is mine and the gold is mine, said the Lord of hosts. So if the silver and gold is his, how the hell can you, what you going to give to the Lord? It's not, you can't give silver and gold to the Lord. Gold and silver is the two finest elements on the earth in terms of wealth. A few of the finest, oil, right, and so forth, land and cattle, so forth. So if that belongs to Yahweh Shai anyways, how can you, how do I pay? How do I give unto the Lord? It's from the worship, it's from the spirit. You see? And then, like the scriptures say, they serve the creation more than the creator. They take the things that the that the Lord Yahweh Shai created, and they worship it instead of worshiping Yahweh Shai. And it becomes a God. Isaiah 2 and 20. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. See, it says, in that day, what day? The day of the Lord. Riches not profiting you in a day of wrath. That's the day of the Lord, when the Lord was going to execute all right judgment and reward every man according to his work shall be. You see? So in that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and idols of gold. Why? Because it's not going to be able to save you from the judgment that is allotted to your ways, allotted to your spirit. You see? So let's go here. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. This man was talking about all the things they were willing to do, and his friend kept joking about it. And then at the end of the time, at the end of it all, they were going to use his friend to actually unalive him, man. His friend gave him a note. His friend set him up, told him what the deal was, right? And next thing you know, he saw his friend in the lobby, like everything didn't happen, you know. And then when after he saw them committing all these abominable acts, when he was looking through the church glass, and remember, they had to denounce their faith when they put their hand on they. He said, "What do you serve? Do you believe in the Bible, the Quran, Torah, whatever?" And they had to put their right hand on it, swear, and denounce their faith basically, and then enter into the sixth room, right? This devil dealing with the number six, you know. And his friend went and so forth. You got to watch the video. GMS Get This Work 2 posted the whole video. It's a 30-minute clip. It's an interesting video. That's the same video Apostle Raman I was referencing. Go watch that clip because he gave you the full breakdown. He's probably the most cleanest breakdown I've heard or seen, right? I'm telling the story, you know. You could watch an interview by T-Pain, you know what I'm saying, with Funny Marco. Funny Marco was going into details about certain things. T-Pain was joking about it. Funny Marco, he's a so-called comedian, and he was making particular jokes, but he was for real. He was letting you know he was for real. He was like, yeah. He was telling you he did what he told you he went into this door. Man, it was crazy, man. These people is into some dark shit, man. So it says Ecclesiastes 7:7 again, surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. That purse, that willingness, remember, because that's why I said you got to watch the video, because in the beginning of the video, he went on to say how they were broke and they traveled to Cali and they did this and that. And then, you know, a suspicious man gave him the envelope and invited him to the party and so forth. The point is that, you know, he said that they were broke. He said they preyed upon, he said he didn't realize until he became an adult, because he was 19, which was already an adult. But until I'm talking about his maturity of being an adult, he didn't realize it until later on. Remember, because he went into hiding. He said it was around 2015 and so he went into hiding and so forth. The point is that his main emphasis he made was what? They preyed upon their innocence. They preyed upon their lack of. You see, the lack of. People are willing to do anything when they lack. That's why the times we're heading into is going to be so bad. People are going to lack the basic necessary things that are necessary to live: food, water, shelter, clothing. Let me see, food, water. I said clothing already. Food, water, shelter. No, food, water, shelter, clothing. You see, and then inside rack, it tell you about the things that are needful for men's life. You know what I'm saying? The particular foods, the particular clothing, the particular so forth and so forth. You know, bread, and you know. But when you lack those things, you're willing to do anything. Like I just watched the video. They talking about Jay-Z and all this craziness, right? It's all distractions. But he's talking about he's willing to do anything uh to keep his status, you know, if you will. You know. Oh, let me get this real quick. Because I love pulling this out in Iraq 27 in the GNT. GNT stands for Good News Translation. Cyrus 27:1. Many people have sinned while looking for a profit. If you want to be rich, you have to keep blinders on your eyes. Many people have done sin is just a transgression of the law. Many people have pushed the way of righteousness, pushed the way of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, which is life in abundance, the right way. They push that aside to receive a profit. A profit is something that it happens right there, you know, because in the scriptures, when we would do our day wages, I mean our day's work, our labor, and that day we will receive our profit or our reward that day. So the profit, you know, see the men of the Lord and the sincere brothers and sisters, our profit is we're going to profit here soon, being Lord willing, joint heirs with Yahawashi. Said in Sirach 10:4, I will set over it one that is profitable. In due time, I will set one over it that is profitable. So they received their profit though. They received their consolation right now. You know, if you want to be rich, you have to keep blinders on your eyes. That's what this Diddy party's about. You know what I'm saying? This the party the image I just showed. of the dude breaking it down, how he went to that party, the 6 doors, you know, they all had to wear masks. He you know, he knew, he said he saw how he said he saw all the prominent celebrities that everybody know, you know, they had the mask on, you could tell who they were. They were serious, no joking. It was different rooms about, you know, one room was a flirting room, and then another room was they was eating food real fast, spitting it on the floor. Another room was, you know what I'm saying? He said it was all one color in each room. It's just crazy, man. You got to watch the video. But the point is that, you know, we believe these things because the devil, that's his job, is to do the most wickedness on the earth. He is the son of perdition. He is the man of sin, the son of destruction. Esau, Edom. It says, verse 2, Sirach 27:2 in the GNT. It is hard to remove a peg that is stuck between the 2 stones of a house. And it's just as hard to remove dishonesty from buying and selling. And that's why it said many have turned blind eye. They turn a cheek. That's why they stay in the know. They know if one tells, they all go down. And they're not willing to do that either by what? Unaliveness or their careers. They don't want to go back to the hole that they crawled out of. You know, they're not willing to do that. So they're willing to unalive people just to stay relevant. And you remember what Yahawashi said, and now you got to think about it, man. They're doing all this to live a so-called perfect life, but they're not perfect. That's why you hear about Robin Williams and all these different people, Heath Ledger and all these different people committing so-called suicide. Whether they were committed suicide for real or they were unalived by the higher ups because they was not willing to go continue with this way of life. Nonetheless, these people are no longer here right now. You see, because they realized they weren't perfect. They realized they wasn't perfect, and this is what Yahawashi told the young man who also possessed such things. Let's grab it real quick, just real quick. This Matthew 19, and he was Yahawashi was quoting the commandments, right? Talking about, you know, he mentioned, why call us me good, you know. There's one good, there's only one good, that's Yahweh, right? And then he said, you want to be he said, but this Matthew 19:17, and he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments, right? And let me just jump let me just keep reading. He said unto him, and he said unto them, him which Yahawashi said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father, thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? Right? Yahawashi said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, he said, if you will be perfect. These people are not perfect. They're searching perfection. They're going, they live these fake matrix lives, right? They're really fucking having the worst relationships and the worst fucking times of their life, but they're putting on a facade because they already sacrifice people and themselves, all right, man, their manhood and so forth, right? The guy from the Making of the Band, he was talking about that not that long ago, about how he wasn't willing to. He said they do those buck breaking is the term, right? Same. Esau pushed this concept on our people, right? Our people don't think like this. They learn these ways. Psalms 106:35 will mingle amongst the heathen and learn their works. So the guy from the Make of the Band was saying how these individuals do these type of things, right? Which we know, so that when they feel like they overpowered you. You see, once a grown man do that to another grown man, he demasculated him. It's nothing you can do. It's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do to prove that it don't matter how hard and angry you are. It don't matter what you do from that point on. You have been demasculated. He took your manhood, man. That's why they do it in prison. It's a sign of power. It's a sign of power. Like Negro, if he's saying if he do that to you, you see, he rules you. That's like what a man does with a woman. A man, that's his role with a woman because he ultimately dominates her. He ultimately is over her. That's the role. But when a man does it to another man, that's what he's saying. That's what he's implying. So Yahawashi saying, look, man, if you want to be perfect, showing you these celebrities are not perfect, man. Go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. They're not willing to give up their possessions to follow the God of the Bible, who they so-called promote in a lot of these movies and on war shows and so forth. No, they're not willing to do that. Then Yahushua said unto his disciples, verily I say unto you that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. Salaki, I skipped one, Matthew 19:22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. That's the point. You weren't willing to give them up. Therefore, he wasn't willing to be perfect. Talking about what lack I yet. You're going to have these same celebrities talking about they give to the church and they go to church every Sunday. What lack he yet? But he's still not perfect. You see, he go to T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen church, but he's still not perfect. You see? Because them pastors as well was in them rooms. They was also in them dark rooms. They was also at them parties. And again, I said to you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. The eye of a needle is a door, a small doorway that a camel would crouch down and have to humble himself to enter in. They would have to take everything off his back and so forth. Remember, a camel has humps, and he would have to crouch. The camel don't like to crouch down and do. So he had to crouch down, humble himself, and then enter into a small ass door. Yahushua says it's easy for a camel to go do that, right? Than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because his riches became his God, as we brought out. You see? And we understand that this is the concept of the world. Let's grab second Ezra. Let's grab a couple more to close out. Second Ezra 2 and 36. Second Ezra 2 and 36. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. These people are not willing to testify truth openly. They're willing to hide truth, turn a blind eye, trim their ways to seek love. They're willing to sacrifice what's truth just to live a lie, okay, so that they won't have to deal with the consequences of upholding truth, which is poverty, all right, attacks, and so forth, which is ironically funny because they still end up going down that same road anyways, just in a more what's the word? That's a word I want to say. It's right there. Just in a more, I'm gonna just use a more shameful way. You know, you are gonna get humiliated anyways. Why not do it for righteousness' sake? See, we're being humiliated from righteousness' sake. Moses said, I'd rather suffer with my people, all right, for a season than live in sin for a season. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. And Hebrews, this is Hebrews 11 and 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. You see, just talking about Moses. Matter of fact, hold on. Hebrews 11. Let's start. Let me see. You know, and this is the concept and the mindset of a righteous man, a just man. Like it says in Sirach 35, the offering of the just is acceptable. You know, it maketh the altar fat. Hebrews 11 and 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. See, and that's our mindset. We know the outcome. You see, we know the outcome, bro. We know the results. You know, and I'm thinking how about you shot because brothers had like elder brothers been saying and going into brothers had all type of things that they had before the truth in terms of the routes they were taking. Some brothers was in the NFL, some brothers was in the NBA, some brothers was in the army, some brothers was in the music industry. Literally amongst those people, you know, been to certain areas and parties and seen certain things, not in the rooms, but brothers can testify, you know, but rather to choose affliction suffer affliction than what? The pleasures of sin for a season, and to be called the Pharaoh's the son of Pharaoh's daughter. You see, and that's our mindset. Because why? The earth, we said, flee the shadow of this world, right? The shadow is his security. Our people have went into the security of Esau. They trust in the shadow of Egypt. But we were commanded to flee the shadow of Egypt. This is Job 9:24. This is why. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You see? So why? Right. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So therefore, his security, all right. His security is who you're under when you trust in the ways of this world, when you indulge in the ways of this life. You see? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked is Esau Edom. The earth is the whole world, Oikim in a sense, the people on a large scale, and he covered the faces of the judges. Who are the judges? YAHWASHI, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, the angels, the archangels, right? All the angels, us, the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If where and if not, where and who is he? So he's the one. What's that? Proverbs 12. Yeah. And this is that darkness, all right. It says Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60:1, arise, shine, for light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. See? So the darkness has, it says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, right? I just read Job 9:24. See? So that darkness, that shadow has covered the earth. A shadow is a shade, it's a darkness, right? So that darkness has covered the earth and gross darkness to people. So now everybody's in the darkness, reaching, right, for light. So when they find a form of light, they go with it, not realizing, or maybe realizing that what? They might not realize it at first, but that's an artificial of light. All right, it's not the true light, right? It says Satan himself Satan himself has transformed himself into the angel of light, roughly paraphrasing. So he present a way that seemed right, present a way that seemed like it's the light, right? Which a light is something that you follow. It lights a path and you follow, especially in a dark area. And he presents it as if that's the right way. You see? Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. You see? So the ways of the wicked, this shadow that we're talking about, seduces, you see? It seduces the minds of the Israelites, right? The same thing that happened in the garden, showing you that we're dealing with the same devil, man. The same Diablo, the Diablos, right? Meaning deceiver, one who opposes the will of the Lord, right? He's opposite. He's contrary to the ways of life. Okay, so he's seductive. Let's read that again. Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Right. So the way of the wicked seduces the minds of the people. When you go into 2 Corinthians, because that's what it says here. Let's grab that real quick. 2 Corinthians 11. 2 Corinthians 11, and let's start at 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Right? We already belong to somebody. But it says, but I fear, which is Yahawashi. That's by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. Right? So when the guy was talking, right, on that clip, again, the ones just tuning in, Go watch the clip that Apostle Ron I was talking about on GMS. Get This Work too. He posted the whole 30-minute clip about the guy, his experience when he went to the party and how he got up out of there. He wasn't willing to do it, and the things that he saw, how his life was on the line, right? The point is that he talked about one of the things, like I mentioned earlier in this video, about how they had to denounce their faith, whatever they serve, right? So that's what the serpent's job is, to put spells on you like poison ivy so that you can't think clearly and make a clear judgment about what's actually happening. Okay, so let's go into this word beguiled, right? It says, but I fear lest by any means as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety. Subtlety goes into craftiness, all right, divination. And you go into beguiled, it says to deceive, right? It says to seduce wholly. And how did he do that? Through the mind. He gave her false information. He fed her mind with a certain doctrine and philosophy, a certain concept, a certain way of life that was contrary to how she was living, which was life. She was already living life. She was already in a great status. You see? Now he didn't lie to Adam, to Eve and to Adam, right? He said your eyes will be open, knowing good and evil. That was truth. And he said also, the serpent said what? This how slithery he is, because you got to watch the video, because the guy was talking about how smooth talking they were. They were all nice when you in the lobby, everybody was all happy, and then as soon as the clocks, they had clocks, as soon as the clock crow, they would go to another room. They would go to the first room in another room. And he said everybody's behavior would change. They'd be mean, they were arguing, they was all type of shit. See, that was all in which the bells. Satan deals with like sounds and vibrations, right? The prince of the air, right? Matter of fact, we grab that real quick, but before I grab that, he deals with air, and the guy mentioned the bells. They would go off, bing, and they would go into another room, and their behavior would change. That's a spell that they're under. See, they were all looking at him when he wanted to leave. They were all looking at him like he did something wrong, man. He said they all stared at him. All the celebrities, they was mad. Not only was they mad that he didn't continue, they were mad that he could probably expose or whatever. But they thought, and like he said in their mind, they thought they were probably thinking like he didn't see enough to even for anybody to believe him. So the serpent beguiled Eve, seduced wholly, and like I said, the serpent didn't necessarily lie. You see, he told the truth. Only he lied about the timing. You see, because it didn't happen right away. We would perish over time. We will perish over time, man. You see. We will perish. He said, "You will surely die." Yeah, he lied. All right, he lied and told the truth, because we wouldn't die right away. We would die. We would perish eventually over a period of time, man. All right. Oh, Job 10:21, because this is the darkness we're dealing with. This is the book of Job, chapter 10, verse 21. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness, right? Without any order. And we know YAHWASHI, what? Don't operate in confusion. He's not the author of confusion. Let all things be done decently and in order. Anything is of that is of the devil, is of Satan. And this concept, we understand that is so great and so dark, because again, we already read about the darkness covering the people. And the land of darkness is darkness itself, as dark as it can get. So if that's the case, we understand that we have to be saved up out of here, because this way of life will persuade, it will entice the flesh, and we're in the flesh. That's why John, when he was on the island of Patmos, when he was having those revelations in chapter 17, Revelation 17, right? Revelation just pull back the veil, right? Revealing, right? And when he was being revealed certain things in the future pertaining to the salvation of Israel and the downfall of our enemy, and many other things, right? In Revelation 17, he was marveling at the woman, and the angel had to snap him out of it. Like, why you start staring, gazing at her, man? Wake up, man, because that's how enticing this wizard is, man. He's the grand wizard. He's the top wizard. Grand meaning huge or large or best or big, and he wizard meaning a male witch, warlock. He's the top wizard on the earth, man. Esau Edom. He's mastered all the ancient customs and all the ancient practices. He's mastered all of them. See? So to the point that it will overtake us. That's why Yahawashi said this, Matthew, Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 10. It pleased the Most High and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. You see? Yes, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should after his Salakia, Wisdom of Solomon 4:11. Yes, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding or deceit beguile his soul. You see? He was taken away so that these things wouldn't overtake him. Talking about Enoch. For the bewitching, let's see what that word bewitching say. Cast a spell on, enchant, subject to sorcery. Charm. And that's Esau has smooth words of butter, but war is in his heart, a charm. You think of a serpent, a charmer, you know? It says, bewitched, subjected to the influence of witchcraft. Charmed, fascinated, pleased beyond resistance. Right. And let's see what bewitching says. Having the power to bewitch, fascinate, or charm. Right. So there you have it. So it says, Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12, for the bewitching of naughtiness do obscure the things that are honest. Right. The spells that they cast, a blur was actually true. Right. And that's why the people don't know what's true and what's false. And the wandering of concupiscence doeth undermine the simple mind. And we read earlier, that's what the serpent did to Eve. He beguiled her, he mind after, right? And took her away from the simple concept of Hamashiach, which was life, which is life, right? Following the ways of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI is very simple, right? But now it becomes complicated because now you have a lot of things that's looking like it's also the truth. So now your mind don't know which way to go. It's undermining the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time, for his soul pleased the Lord, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. You see, this the people saw and understand it not, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he have respect unto his chosen. Same thing it says in Matthew 24, real quick. Matthew 24 and 21. It says, For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You see? It says, hold on, bear with me. Where's the part? It says, no, I read it. I'm tripping. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So that's the point. That's what we just read in Wisdom of Solomon 4. The Lord had to take Enoch out and translate him like he's going to do the elect, because this place is so dark. It'll consume everything. It'll consume everything, man. It'll consume everything, man. But we have hope. Ephesians 2. you have he quickened who were dead and transgressed in sins, right? Now we were made alive because we once were walking in darkness, but we have the true light, right? Some find the true light, some find an artificial version of the light, illumination. Some follow the Illuminati, the true Illuminati or the true light bearers, and some follow the false light bearers, the ones that portrays and call themselves the light bearers. Esau showed you that with a Statue of Liberty. Ephesians 2:2, wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of that power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. You see? See? That now he worketh in the children of disobedience. These individuals that go to these parties, these Diddy parties, and then these celebrities, these are the children of disobedience. Of your father, Yahawashi said, you are your father the devil, and of his works you would do, roughly paraphrasing, right? And he went to list the things that he did from the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning and so forth. These things our people have come accustomed to. And these are the ways of their lives now. It says, among whom also, Ephesians 2:3, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh. See, it's all the fulfilling of the flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, right? And we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others. See? So the ways outside of Yahawashi is it feeds the flesh. It don't have no benefit to it but death. You see? So John 8:31. Then it said Yahawashi to those Jews which believe on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This is what ultimately sets us free, not gaining Esau's wealth, a way of life, right? Which so-called produces an artificial way of freedom. You see, and it's not until like I said, and the truth shall set you free. The truth is how we combat spirits. The scriptures, like Yahawashi did. We're gonna close with that. Now, before we close with that, let's get this last precept, because it said you should know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. This is the only way we're gonna actually receive our vacation that everybody is in rest that we seek for. Because remember, the scripture said this is not our rest; it is surely polluted, right? Yeah. Let's get there. And this is Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction, a wound so grievous that is no. Yahweh said, your wound is incurable. You see, your wound is incurable. See Ezekiel 29. It's that staff that our people lean on and become celebrities and rich in his life. They lean upon that staff, but it, like it says, it pierced them. It broke, and it pierced our people to the point their wounds are incurable, which gave them a sore destruction, a sore, which is going to lead to a sore destruction. You see, and it's not until you do this, Psalm 73 and 17, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahawashi, then understood I their end. It wasn't until we went into the bosom of Yahawashi, or into his abode, into his house, the house of David, into the sanctuary of Yahawashi. It wasn't until then that we understood that this place had an end. So there's no point of chasing this life. There's no point of chasing riches in this life or women in this life and so forth and so forth. That's why brothers, it's not easy, but are able to become eunuchs, not dealing with a woman because she's defiled, or chasing after money or careers because it's defiled, it's polluted, it has an end. And we only understand this because why? Like I just read St. John 8, the truth sets us free. And it wasn't until the truth, like it says here, Psalm 73 and 17, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood either end. It wasn't until that we understood the end, because like I said, we will all have careers, musicians, ball players, artists, so forth and so forth. No celebrities, still to this day, no celebrities. You know, to the point sometimes if we seen them, they say we have a mutual conversation. A lot of brothers is like that. Play, but like I said, like been around these people, so forth and so forth. But it wasn't until we separated and flee the shadow or the protection of this world and went under the protection of YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. It wasn't until then that we knew that this place has an end. So why would I chase death? Why would I chase? Why would I know the road ends, but I'm gonna keep going that way? That's suicide, and that makes no sense. That's how you know your mind is not clear. It's, your mind is bugged out. You have a bug, a virus on your mind, which is Esau Edom, and he's a cancer that's in your mind, and it's spread. He's a tumor. Esau is a tumor on the thoughts of you Israelites, man, and he spread like wildfire throughout your whole body to the point that once it spread to the whole body, a lot of them celebrities perish, so forth. You end up being unalive. But let's close with the encounter with YAHWASHI that he had with the spiritual demon Satan. All right, because this is how if we approach with those situations, this is how it was supposed to go. You see, yeah, this guy, he might be a Jake, I don't know. He look kind of like suspect to me, but who knows? That's neither here nor there. The point is that he was willing to walk away and turn the other cheek, not turn the other cheek, turn around and not be willing to go through with the sixth door of that party as he was mentioning. This is Matthew 4:1. Then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. The wilderness is likened unto a shit. His that party that he went to that he was describing in the video. Right? And he was tempted of the devil. You see? And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward in hunger. Right? Yahushua was at his weakest point. He was at a point of lackness. He was lacking. Like I mentioned earlier, them young men, like the dude was saying in the video, they took advantage of his innocence and his vulnerability. He was lacking. He was lacking bread. Right? He was broke. So Yahushua fasted. So Yahushua was lacking food. Right? Like just making the spiritual connection between the two, so you can understand. And when the tempter came to him, not comparing him to Yahushua, but just trying to make a connection through the spirit. Matthew 4:3. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Showing you that the truth is the only thing that can set us free. Isaiah 30:36. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. That's the only thing that's going to keep us stable. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, the highest part, a peak. So you can look down at the city, look at all the lights and all the land and what you can have. That's what the devil would do. That's what he did with the man and his friend. He said his friend blew up to this day, and that's what they do. You cannot reach fame. Like we went into that word fame earlier. You cannot reach a certain status in this society without going through the gatekeepers. See? Depending on the level of fame you're trying to achieve, depends on the level of doors you keep going through. The more doors you go through, the higher you climb. First Maccabee, I didn't bring it out, but First Maccabees 1:11. In Israel, there went out wicked men who persuaded many. Right, they built place of exercise, and they did everything they could to obtain the licenses and the ordinance of the heathen. Matthew 4:6, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against the stone. So the devil will also quote scriptures, man. He knows scriptures. In order to tell a lie, you got to know the truth. 7. Matthew 4:7. Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Right? You quote scriptures as well, because scriptures don't contradict scriptures. Right? Again, the devil taking him up into an exceeding high mountain and show him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. Ain't this what they do to Jake today? And said unto them, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. And that's what they do. They worship Satan. That's why when the dude was talking in the video, he said they got to denounce their faith. They put their hand on the Quran or the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, all these different things before they enter into the sixth room. And then he said when he looked through the glass, they were in a circle like they were doing a ritual. All the celebrities and everybody. He said it was about 10 of them that were new. He was the 10th one. When he went there, it was only 9. So it was 9 of newbies in the front, and everybody else was in a circle. I forgot how he told it. Right? Go watch the video. The point is that we already know what they were doing. Right? And he said he can't even speak on the things that they were doing. He said it was so bad and so filthy. He said it's unspeakable the things that he saw happening in that room, man. Who knows? Like eating boo boo and all type of shit, man. They be doing all type of fetus and they be doing all type of shit, bro. That's why these people, that's why a lot of these celebrities, you know what I'm saying, depending on the torture state that they go through in their mind, a lot of them look like they're dead. Like Beyonce, for example. Beyonce looked completely dead compared to her younger self. The more she had to indulge in that stuff to not be unalive, her family be unalive. They threaten her family. They got recorders. He said they had a bunch of cameras around recording everything. They use those things to threaten you and to, like, you know, because even he made a point that when he was watching these things, when he told his friend, thinking he could trust his friend, I don't know why, stupid ass dude, but when he saw his friend, like nothing happened the next day in the lobby talking to big name creators and all that about to blow up, he said what? He said when he told him, he said he left abruptly. He ran out the door and called somebody. He said he just automatically presumed that he was telling on him, and that's what happened. They were torturing this dude. They would be in his house. They was listening to his conversation. His friend came from out of town. They fixed his gear shift in his car. Like, how is they able to do all this shit when he's right there? He told me he went somewhere. He came back inside his car. The gear shift was fixed. What? These niggas, yo, secret agents, bro. Men in black. You know, they fixed his doorknob. You know what I'm saying? They fixed his. He said his lock was a certain way. He know his lock was made new because it was been the same since he been there. You know, his friend asked for a half and half coffee. He said his friends woke up the next morning. They said, "Thank you for finally getting the coffee." He said, "Bro, I didn't." He thinking this. I didn't get that damn coffee. I didn't put that half and half coffee inside the refrigerator. That means somebody was in an apartment while they were asleep. And he got his friend. He convinced his friend to believe him about the gear shift because him and his friend been friends for a long time. And they said they would never get the gear shift fixed. That's the only way he believed on. They fled. See, you see. But the point, when his friend left out and told, they started torturing his life, man. Because also they sent him another envelope in the mail with a video still of him peeking in the window, showing you that they saw him. They let you know, because they main thing is in the beginning of the video, he mentioned that the guy invited him and his friend that blew up to the party, and they sent an envelope to his house. They already knew where he lived. He never gave them an address. So you got to understand, you dealing with. He said he didn't want to say anything and do anything because you got to remember, if they're able to do all these things on a small scale undetected, how much more on a larger scale? You see that, like you said, like been saying with Diddy's situation. Diddy coming against Ciroc, the alcohol, and next thing you know, filing that lawsuit, and the next thing you know, you see what's going on now, and so forth. You know, they will bring you down. So what's the point of even making a pact with them, a covenant with them, and you going through the same things just on the left hand side that we're going through already? That don't even make sense. That's why I brought out Hebrews. We rather suffer affliction with the righteous people or righteous vibration than to enjoy sin for a season, the pleasures of sin for a season, because it's gonna happen anyways. You niggas, you nigglets, because you are Israel. That's what gotta come with it. So finishing out, man. So this man, so Shaitan tempted Yahawashi, and Yahawashi wasn't going. These our people forget their way. They denounce their faith, their belief in the Most High. That's why it's important to know his name. That's why it's important to know YAHAWASHI, so that spirit can fight with you and for you. You know, and that's what it's going to be in that time. The spirit fighting for us, because the spiritual realm and the physical realm is clashing. As you see, you're seeing more and more apparitions and more spiritual things in the physical plane. So the spirit have to be able to help us and protect us and fight for. Yahawashi said, "Don't think what to say before governors. Is your Father in heaven will give you what to say, man." So that's the spirit fighting for us. So Matthew 4:10 then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. See? So that's how we combat temptation as such. You know, because we're broke, man. We broke as hell, bro. I got $0 in my account. Actually negative. I'm in the negative. We ain't got no money. You know, we don't got no money, but we still got to provide food, water, and shelter for our household. We got children. Because the scripture commands us to provide for our house, to provide for our families, take care of things as a man. So we get it. So the Lord provides a way, but we're broke. The Lord keep us at a limit so that we can remain at a certain state of humility and humbleness, and so that we can stay embodied in the ministry. You see, and now since that is the case, we can combat temptation with the scriptures, with the truth. Why? John, like we read in St. John 8:31, 32, verse 32. The truth shall set you free. And that's what happened here when Yahawashi was talking to Satan. He kept quoting the scriptures, which is the word, right? And eventually Satan fled. See? So Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I'm gonna show this video one more time because you got people coming in and out. Go watch the video. From GMS Get This Work Too. Baba Kashah, go watch this video. The Price of Fame. Right? A must watch, right? There you go. I mean, if they don't get to this guy, you know, I'll be surprised, man, because he finally came out with the truth. And hey, the truth will set him free. Because if they do come for him, at least that's, I don't know, if you're Jake, at least that's mercy from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas, you know. But yeah, man. So Lord willing is edifying. I like to give all honor, glory, and praise and worship to again. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, HAQADASH. Double honor to Apostle and Bishop. Great news to the teacher, to the hopeful let. Till next time.